We're going to try a little thought experiment. Imagine a world without connection. Now, I know that sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it really cuts to the very core of our modern lives. So today, we're going to unpack what would actually happen if for one full day, the internet just disappeared. So really picture this. You wake up, roll over, reach for your phone, like we all do, but nothing. Your feed won't load. Your messages are stuck on sending. It's just dead. And it's not just your phone, it's everything. What would really happen in those first critical 24 hours? The craziest thing is, it wouldn't start with widespread panic. Not at all. It would start with simple personal confusion. We'd all be totally convinced it's just a problem on our end. And here's the thing. This experience would be universal. Everyone would be restarting their routers, turning their data on and off, absolutely positive the problem is just with their stuff. Meanwhile, in offices everywhere, work would just grind to a halt. No emails, no cloud docs, nothing. It's this giant wave of localized chaos, and it's all built on this one simple assumption. There's no way this is a global problem, right? This is where you can see how quickly things would spiral out of control. That initial personal confusion, that gives way to massive systemic disruption in just a handful of hours. By noon, that disruption starts boiling over into actual panic. And believe it or not, by the end of just one day, we'd be looking at a completely new and frankly terrifying reality. So we're at about the 6-hour mark. This is that moment where it becomes crystal clear this isn't just your Wi-Fi. This is when the foundational systems of our entire society, the stuff we completely take for granted, really begin to crack. Think about it for a second. Your credit card is just a useless piece of plastic if it can't connect to a network to prove you have money. All of a sudden, commerce just stops. ATMs go dark. The entire global financial system, which is really just a web of digital promises, is frozen solid. And it's not just money, not by a long shot. Global logistics, shipping, travel, it's all completely dependent on the internet. Air traffic control, flight schedules, even weather reports. All of it needs a constant stream of data. Without it, the skies would literally go silent. Every single plane grounded. And then, boom! This is the knockout blow for a massive slice of the modern economy. I'm talking about everything from giant tech corporations to the small business owner running their shop on Etsy. All the freelancers finding gigs online, they all just vanish in an instant. The entire digital economy, just gone. Okay, so let's jump to the 12-hour mark. By now, all that confusion and disruption has morphed into something way, way darker. Genuine global panic. The scale of the problem is undeniable now, and the very systems we rely on for information, well, they're failing too. How do you even report on a global catastrophe when you can't communicate globally? News channels would be scrambling to verify anything, which would just create this perfect storm of rumors and misinformation. The one thing people would be desperate for, clear, reliable information, would be the one thing nobody could provide. And the economic cost? Wow, it's almost impossible to really wrap your head around. We're not talking millions here. The loss in a single day would be astronomical. Easily running into the billions, if not trillions of dollars. It would be, without a doubt, the single greatest economic shock in all of human history. But then, as the panic hits its peak and the 24-hour mark gets closer, something strange starts to happen. Right in the middle of all the chaos, a totally different kind of reality begins to surface, a completely unplugged one. With all our screens dark, we'd be forced to do something pretty radical. Actually look up. People would start gathering in the streets, talking to their neighbors to figure out what's going on. Families would be sitting together, rediscovering actual conversation. Without the constant buzz of notifications, we'd all experience this forced collective mental detox, a kind of quiet we probably didn't even realize we'd lost. And this really shows the fundamental trade-off we've made, doesn't it? We would basically swap the chaos of a hyper-connected world for a much quieter, more local kind of peace. Digital distraction would give way to real, face-to-face talk. Our focus would shrink from this massive global network down to our immediate community. And for a lot of people, that constant low-level anxiety of being online would be replaced by a pretty surprising sense of calm. This brings us to a really powerful takeaway from this whole thought experiment. After you see the absolute chaos of its absence, but also that unexpected peace, it really makes you wonder about the true nature of our relationship with all this technology. And that's really the question I want to leave you with.
This 24-hour shutdown shows just how incredibly dependent we are, for better and for worse. It kind of forces you to ask, in our quest to connect everything, what have we disconnected from inside ourselves? It's definitely something to think about the next time you go to refresh your feed.